I needed wood for torches of the redstone variety. Alright, and I don't even need too many more of them, but I ended up grabbing a bunch of them. That's okay. Let me show you what I need them for. To wire up the eyes, you can see up there I've made a hole. That's where the redstone's going. And here's where it's coming from. I just connected a line to the T flip-flop and am sending it up with some vertical wiring. So that's going to put a bit of a delay on the eyes opening up, but it's probably not going to be anything, you know, that would spoil the effect. This is not easy. Okay, let's go. This little bit to the side. There we go. So I'm just going to put the rest of this wiring in, and we'll let's see. I guess I could do that. And that works, doesn't it? Yeah, good. And yeah, what I'm going to do is, I guess, like I said, this is actually going to be closed up, and I'm probably just going to wall this whole section here off, so you won't be able to see any of that. It'll make this tower a little oddly shaped, but I didn't really have any plans for it anyway, other than, you know, having a ladder up and to run redstone up through it. So I'm not too disappointed at that. Okay, actually, this is pretty much the end here. What did I do with my repeaters? Did I run out? I guess I did. I need to put a repeater there, because let me show you the inside. That is going to come out here, and I suppose I could have put it here, but whatever. It's going to come out right here. I've already taken out the obsidian, so that's where it's going. And needs a repeater here so it can make it all the way around to the other side. Two of those, and a bit of redstone in the middle. Repeater. I have to admit, I had forgotten how to make a repeater. And a piston and all of that. When I do, you know, a lot of that stuff, I generally do it in creative mode, and I hadn't really done a lot of building in legit until I started this series. And you know, it's really grown on me. A lot of people say that, you know, creative mode, doing something in that, doing a big build, and, you know, with inventory editor, getting whatever you want is not fun. It's cheating, or it's boring, or whatever. But I like doing that. I like having the freedom to build just whatever I want. But I have to admit that if you do it legitly, if you mine every single stone and you put every single stone brick through the furnace and build it up yourself and mine all of this obsidian for God knows how long I spent down there. If you do all that yourself by hand, it actually is. It feels like an accomplishment. It feels more. I don't know. It feels better to have done it that way. It's strange, you know. I'll never put anyone down for doing creative builds, though. I understand that perfectly, but yeah, I do enjoy having my legit series here. Well, legit with mods. That's, I don't know. I'm not going to push that issue. What I am going to push is the button down there at the bottom and see if that's going to work. I think it should. Take that switch out. Everything's lit up. Okay. I never did get that other piece of ladder, so let me put that piece of dirt back. Parkour. Ah. Alright. So, we'll just head on down here, and I'm gonna eat first, and then I'm gonna take the quick way down. Not that it would hurt me that much, but just wanna eat first anyway. There we go. So, let's see. Let me seal this up first, because there is redstone down there, and I do not want to wash away all that redstone with a little bit of water here. I'd have to hurt something if I did that. So, let me hit the button here and see if everything... Wait a minute. Yeah, I did that backwards. Okay, my bad. I need the eyes to be on right now, so I closed that door. So, let me head back up to the top. And what I want to do to solve that problem is bust that out and replace it with redstone. So, it'll get the signal from this torch. And we'll take the quick way down again. Oh, I wouldn't have even had to worry about that. It stops right there. So, there we go. The Enderman is crying. Let me hit the button. And, yep, paths come up. The waterworks end. And everything is good. What is this? Something was floating there. Oh, everything is not good. The button popped off. Huh. Well, yeah, the flow of water changed and it went over there and knocked the button off the wall. So I guess I can put it on the inside there, and it should work like that. That releases the water. Hit the button again. Those pop up. See, the water current does change, but it harmlessly goes over here into these channels. And now that the button is moved, I shouldn't have a problem out of it. Oh crap, water. There we go. So yeah, this is working exactly like I wanted it. All I gotta do is fill this area in with water, and yeah, that'll be the end of the project. And I guess I'll have to come in here, like I said, you know, make this look not terrible, I guess. I could probably... Well, no, there's something there. So, yeah, just whatever I end up doing, it's going to look a little weird. But the wiring is necessary, and it's necessary for it to be right there. So, I'm not going to get too upset about it being visible in certain places. Especially if it's just this tower that I'm not going to spend much time in anyway. Yeah, let me finish this up. Do I have a couple extra stone? Awesome. I have exactly 2 stone, and I needed exactly 2 stone to fill this in. So, yeah, I'm actually going to go back up and put this lever here back on the eyes as kind of a kill switch, so I can turn them off and work down here. And I'll show you guys after I've got the water filled in. Alright, so I went ahead and just put the kill switch down here. I figured it'd be a lot simpler, and this might actually become a permanent spot for it, because I did sort of want a way to turn the eyes off. And I figured, while I was doing this, I'd give you guys a quick lesson in water control. I see a lot of people trying to do water currents, and they just have an awful time of it. So I wanted to sort of just teach you guys a few things. When you're filling in something like this, the best thing to start by doing is putting one bucket of water here, skipping and putting in another bucket of water, because what that does is it actually creates an infinite spring here. As long as you've got a source block here and a source block over here, this middle will always be an infinite spring, and that is basically how you flatten out water. You make sure that there are infinite springs within a certain area, a certain pattern, to where they all fill each other out. So after starting like that, pretty much what you want to do is skip one and place one, and then you can take water from here, and it may look like it's flowing water, but it is still a spring because these are water sources. So skip one and place one, take another bucket, and finish that out. I have a few buckets here, so I'm just gonna fill those back up. Oh, it looks like oh, did you see what I did there? I took a bucket of water from this end, and it changed the current. And the reason it did that is because this is not surrounded by two water sources. That is the important thing to remember. It has to have a water source on either side. If you take it from a place that it doesn't, then the whole thing is ruined. So, once you've got this, the easiest way to continue the pattern is to come over to one side where you're working and skip a block and place. See what that did there? This became an infinite source. So, this block next to it had an infinite source on both sides suddenly, so it became an infinite source. And it continued the chain on down the line. So, skip and place another, and it creates an entire line of source blocks. And all of these, except for the ones, well, actually even this one on the edge is now an infinite source because it has another infinite source on this side. So yeah, you can just fill your buckets up out of this pretty much all you want. Alright, let me go sleep. Alright, so basically if you just continue that pattern all the way down, you will easily and quickly fill out your entire area here. The one thing you do have to remember is that to create an infinite source, your hole, whatever pond or whatever you're trying to fill up with water, has to only be one block deep. The water currents will not fill out, say, out here in the middle of the river if I were to take a bucket out. Even, say, this 2 deep part here, if I took this bucket out, even though there are infinite sources here, there's no, smoothing of the water. A good way to fix that would be, just to put the water back, place it up against a block, or to make it only 1 deep. And that will smooth out the sea there, and you can take the block out from underneath. But if you take a block out underneath, that actually removes the source that was there. So I'm going to go ahead and just throw that one back in. That's not that important, but yeah, sometimes you'll get underwater and find where you've removed blocks there will be a downward current, and that's a bit annoying to deal with if you get caught in one. So I'm just gonna take the rest of this dirt out. I think I actually have a shovel. Alright. There we go. Last one. And it's done. Let me go over here and get my boat. So, with the boat, you just approach this sort of middle tooth area, pull up slowly and dock there, press the button, kind of nudge myself over there a little bit better, press the button, and there we go. Dock pops up, your boat isn't going anywhere. It's got this little pool it can probably move around in, and I'm sure it has the chance to get nudged and broke by something, but right now it is pretty darn stable. It's not going to sail out to sea or anything. Let me come in here, turn the cutoff switch off, and when you want to go out, just get in your boat, nudge on over here and hit the button. I know I can hit it. Aw, I can't. Really? Ugh. Come on. I'm gonna have to work on that a little bit more, but yeah, you just sort of edge yourself on over here, then get in the boat, and there we go. That was sort of the worst example ever, because I was just flailing around in the boat. But yeah, it works exactly how I wanted it to, except I can't reach the button. So I don't know. I'll work on the button placement and get back to you on that one. There we go. Oh, yeah. I fell victim to a pretty horrible bug. If you take, any kind of bump to the bottom of your boat, that happens. Really not cool at all. And yeah, fix your game, Jeb. So that button is definitely going to have to get a little bit of a shift in placement, and yeah. I'm definitely going to have to avoid being on the walkways when they come up. But other than that, it is a total success. So, is that everything? All my stuff? Could be. Let's see. I got all my important stuff. 1, 2, 3 buckets. All my tasty sandwiches. My sword, which has Smite 2, which is very cool. And my bow. Alright, enough of this inventory management crap. I'm gonna, I guess, hit the button and then head out. Ah, you can get in there. And yeah, I'm sure you noticed that time how the pool actually filled itself in and became solid sources. That's actually the advantage of this design. As you can see, right here, the walkway is only 1 thick, meaning that there is a source block on that side and a source block on this side. And when those, when the pistons go down, those 2 source blocks connect, and it fills everything in. Go away, fishy. You're bothering me. So, yeah, those are the latest additions to Weeping Enderman Castle. I think that turned out pretty well, and I'm starting to get pretty happy with the progress I'm making on this. The entrance is pretty much done now. I've got to put a few doors on the outside of the castle and wire those up. And doors are being a little weird lately, so I don't know how that's going to be, if that's going to affect anything. Ah! Wow. That fish totally bumped into my boat. So, yeah, guys, that's going to be all from me. I'm going to try to do this without dying. There we go. And, yeah, guys. Later.